Dante's Discussion.
Welcome back to another edition of Dante's Discussion Questions. That's right, I have a question for you, the Dark Souls audience. Yet another question as we are winding down. I thought Dark Souls 3 was coming out in March. It is not. It's coming out in April in the US. I believe March in Japan. So I have actually a few more questions. Why not, right? But the question here for Dark Souls 2 is, when you're in PvP and you find your opponent, whether it be the Brotherhood of Blood or the Blue Sentinel Covenant or the Bridge or wherever, being invaded, a lot of times, you're taking it as in it's just another match, just another PvP. But I want to know, when you see an opponent and you see either their armor, weapon, or playstyle or anything else that you might think of, what gets you excited? Okay? When you're in PvP and you fight an opponent, what excites you about that opponent specifically? I'll give you an example. The example here I have is, anytime I see someone with a whip, I get excited. I'm like, I never see whips. For me, it's usually wacky weapons. So, pickaxe. Pickaxe is another one. I'm like, if I see somebody with a pickaxe, I'm like, this is awesome. This is going to be an awesome battle. Generally, it's not going to go so well for them because those weapons are less than stellar, if you will. But certain things like that get me excited. Other things that sort of get me excited is certain types of fashion. Now, there's a guy I did a video with, Mr. Appleweed. He had an awesome fashion where he had, I forgot what shield. I think it's Pursuer's Shield. He had like a pike, a cool helmet, leggings. I'm not sure if he had gauntlets, but probably. But he didn't have a chest piece, and he looked like a gladiator. And he looked, or like a Spartan gladiator, from that era. And I was like, that's awesome. That's exciting. I love that. I get to be a part of this in whatever way. Same thing with I faced somebody who had the Channeler's Trident. And I'm like, usually when you see the Channeler's Trident, if, you've played the game enough, you know that generally it's infused with poison, right? I saw somebody who didn't infuse it with poison, and I was so psyched. I'm like, they really think they can win with this thing? This thing sucks. I was like, if it's not poison, I don't know how you're gonna win. But that excited me. Some of those things excite me, and a lot of times ultra weapons, if I see ultra weapons, especially like malformed skull, malformed shell, dragon, like if I see a full Havel with dragon tooth, that's exciting to me anyway. I think it's awesome. One of the more exciting ones I've ever seen when I get excited is if I see a full Jester Thomas. I'm talking about left hand, right hand, you have the Pyromancy, and all they use is Pyromancy, and especially if they taunt you, because that's what Jester Thomas does in the game, which I think is hilarious. I'm a big fan. And what excites me even more is if they're a decent player and you get caught with a few things. That's just awesome. Like, to me, that is awesome. That's why I keep playing the game, because I like interactions like that. And obviously I like to use different sorts of weapons also, and that's exciting for me too, to be able to compete at least a little bit with almost all the weapons in the game. Certain exceptions, Handmaid's Ladle and dumbass Work Hook. Although I've had my fair share of wins with each of them. But what excites you about the game now? Now that we're about 2 years into the game, why do you still play it? Like, what is exciting in the PvP matchups? Now that I'm sure if you've played enough, you've seen everything most likely. What is exciting? That's what I know. I want to know from you. Now that we're winding down, we can sort of reflect and sort of say why we even still play the damn thing, right? So let me know. Put it in the comments below. I will put it in the answers portion of this video a few weeks from now, too, to be exact. And like, comment, subscribe, tell me what you think, and I will be back